It's your boy Gunnar in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode wherein we discuss about certain transfer news and of course a lot of news that relates us and a lot of other news that actually makes us talk about other players that are being linked with Arsenal and of course some beautiful news from Eddie and Nketiah, some more news for you as well. So without any further ado, I just have to address what I have to say. But more importantly, if you have not checked out the latest episodes of Arsenal Career Mode, of course you can check it out on the channel. And of course, you can also check out the bigger things that is happening on the channel as well. So without any further ado, let's just jump into it. And if you seek daily Arsenal content, I just seek a subscription from you. Just subscribe, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon as well. So without any further ado, that's the third time I've said this. Damn it. Moving on. So Eddie Nketiah has shared an image on Twitter. This image and with the caption, "Time for change," and yeah, this is what he's actually holding on, which was retweeted by the Three Lions. Yes, it was retweeted by them, and yes, that's what that was all about. The news that actually made around. As I already shared with you guys, I think yesterday it was Willian who shared certain messages that was sent to him. Yes, he just shared those uh, images of someone actually sending him very, very bad messages on Instagram. He put it on his Instagram stories. So it is going on and on and on. Even Wilfred Zaha opened up about it as well. So it's not good. And to which Eddie Nketiah has actually put up his stance. Moving on, so Martin Keown on Odegaard says, "Yesterday there were flashes of really good play, really good vision, and he's a real technician. But the Arsenal players at times were ignoring him. They weren't giving him the ball enough. If you're going to have a spare man in midfield, you have got to use him. He is definitely got the talent to pick people out, but we'll see how he performs. He only played in a handful of games for Real Madrid this season, so he needs to get fit." I understand what Martin Keown has to say, and I'm pretty much sure I also agree with him about the whole. Arsenal other players are actually not getting super linked with him. But let's see. I'm pretty much sure it was just his second start and his first in the Europa League for Arsenal. So I'm pretty much sure we're gonna get there. It's all about having that connection again, like the rock and sock connection in WWE. Just joking, sorry. Moving on, so Pep Guardiola opened up about Arsenal, the game that is actually going to happen tomorrow. He says in the early future, Arsenal will be real contenders to fight for the titles. Most of the time when Arteta and I worked together, we took decisions together, and I took decisions with the influence of Mikel. So yes, that shows you the importance of Mikel Arteta at a team like Manchester City. That's kind of cool, isn't it? So the youngest player to reach 10 plus goals and 10 plus assists for Arsenal since Cesc Fabregas. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Bukayo Saka. Can you imagine? I never thought when Unai Emery gave him that first chance, I literally ever in my life ever thought that this youngster has so much potential to be the youngest player to score more than 10 goals and assists, more than 10 goals and 10 assists for Arsenal since Cesc Fabregas. I would have just slapped you and myself as well as to, you know what, I ain't believing it, but here we go. The boy is literally killing it. Moving on, so yes, there was a defeat at Meadow Park for Arsenal under 23s at the hands of Manchester City, of course. Liam Delap scoring the brace in 15th and 48th minute and making sure that Manchester City take all 3 points in that game. So sadly, as it suggests, Arsenal can buy all the youngsters they want, but it all depends on the defense that Arsenal would try or would not try to put their money on. So yes, that's the big reason, and that's the big hold up, if you ask me. So let's talk about the bigger advantage that Mikel Arteta and Arsenal have going against Manchester City for a very important Premier League clash happening on Sunday. Arsenal also, as we know, that Arsenal host Manchester City in the Premier League on Sunday and are looking to end their winning streak with Pep Guardiola's men top of the table with 17 victories in a row. So former Arsenal defender Mikael Silvestre has claimed that Mikel Arteta has a significant advantage heading into Sunday's clash against City. Pep's side travelled to the Emirates Stadium, and we all know that 17 consecutive victories. And Arsenal's form this season has been varied, with last weekend's victory over Leeds coming off the back of consecutive defeats, and City are firm favourites for the victory. Now, we all know the odds are certainly stacked against Arsenal, but how does Silvestre believe that Arteta can do it? He says Arteta has a massive advantage when he faces Man City. He has been with them in the dressing room. He will know every single player, besides for the ones that have just arrived, which is only Ruben Diaz. He'll be able to give every Arsenal player many tips as to how to deal with them. Of course, everyone knows how City will play, their style of football, and how they operate. But Mikel has a very deep understanding, so it is a massive advantage. In the last few games that Arsenal have faced Manchester City, it has been a fair fight. With the return of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the confidence of the Leeds results, Arsenal can put up a fight and give Manchester City a tough game. Now, we all know that that may be the case if you actually talk about the FA Cup victory of Arsenal against Manchester City, but I'm pretty much sure it's turning out to be an old news as we speak more on it. But right now, it is suggested only one thing, that Silvestre believes that Arteta still has the advantage. I personally believe that what Pep Guardiola was, he never used to change his tactics much, but right now he's literally going three at the back, wing back roles for Cancelo. I mean, is actually evolving, not backwards, but he's evolving. So that's the beauty of Pep Guardiola, what I'm seeing. So I don't think so there's going to be a problem for Pep to actually come up with all the goods that he's got to get all the 3 points. I'm pretty much sure he's got everything to do that, but I'm an Arsenal fan and I won't lose hope. Moving on, so let's talk through the reality of signing Martin Odegaard. That leads to, can actually anyone sign Erling Haaland, and how do Arsenal have that card on their hands to prevent Erling Haaland to land to Chelsea? How does it even work like that? There are lots of theories that are going on. I'm actually going to discuss a couple of them, so just hear me out. So, Arsenal management have a cunning strategy to ensure that Chelsea do not sign Borussia Dortmund striker this summer, the coming summer that is. So another team interested in signing Haaland are Real Madrid, as they look for a long-term replacement to find a suitable heir for Karim Benzema in the centre-forward position. However, due to the financial impacts of the COVID-19 and financial fair play rules, money is very tight for Los Blancos, who would have to stump a fee of well over £100 million to secure the Norwegian striker's signature. Arsenal currently have two players on loan from the Bernabeu, as we know. One is Dani Ceballos, another one is Martin Odegaard. The reports have suggested that Mikel Arteta would like to keep both of them in his squad next season, with Edu currently working on deals to make their moves permanent in the summer. So it looks like Martin Odegaard and Dani Ceballos might end up at Arsenal permanently. That's just the thought process right now. So the reports further suggest that Arsenal boss has previously stated that he's a big fan of Ceballos, and suggested after signing Odegaard temporarily last month that he's open to the idea of keeping him at the Emirates beyond this summer. This is what Arteta had said. He said he certainly has all the qualities and characteristics that we are looking for that position. Then it will be down to two things. First of all, how well he adapts here and how much of an impact he can have in our team. Secondly, what Real Madrid and the player think about it, because he's owned by Real Madrid and the player has a big say in that too. Now, for his part, the 22-year-old has refused to rule out the possibility of a permanent transfer this summer. Martin Odegaard says, "You never know what is going to happen, but for now I'm just focusing on doing my best this season and helping the team as much as possible." Also, if Arsenal were able to secure transfers for both Odegaard and Ceballos, this would be a long way to helping Real Madrid find a move for Haaland. It would then also have the added bonus of scuppering the transfer business of Chelsea, because they're looking to buy Haaland. Now, in many ways, the chain would be reminiscent of that Mesut Ozil joining Arsenal to help fund Real's world record move for Gareth Bale. We all know what happened, but that's one story. The second story is Real Madrid, which is actually doing the rounds, is that Real Madrid would want to keep Odegaard so that they can lure another Norwegian into their team, and that is Erling Braut Haaland. So you all know that Haaland and Odegaard have really good connections since they play for Norway in the international team. So that is what Real Madrid are also looking at. Let me know in the comments which theory actually suits and which theories actually makes a lot of sense for for you. So without any further ado, I will take your leave. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you got all the news about Arsenal that you were seeking. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe.